What's your favourite childhood memory of being in nature? Take a moment to remember. What did you touch? What smells were there? What did you hear? How did you feel in that memory? Join us as we explore the memories that make the land of our fathers so very special. The friendships we forged, the weird, the wonderful, our love of what's green, honest, and good. The memories that made us into who we are. Our responsibility in helping our loved ones create cherished memories of their very own. And our profound connections to nature and to each other. This is Cysylltiad.
I'm Asha Jane. I really care about my friends, my family, and our future generations. I sometimes worry that young people in Wales will grow up without the incredible nature that I've had the privilege to know since I was a child. I try to do my bit to help. I do my recycling and I try not to be wasteful, but things can often get overwhelming and disheartening when we look at the scale of the issues that we're facing. It feels like we've become so disconnected that we're now destroying our beautiful nature for the financial profit of a few. I've had such amazing memories of nature. They shaped who I am today. Surely other people could not have had such a profound relationship with nature. Otherwise, we'd all be doing more to help out, right? To answer this, I took a trip to my local university. Let's find out if we're all as isolated from one another as we might think.
What's your favourite childhood memory of being in nature?
I really enjoyed when my family and I went out to a little waterfall and we all ran underneath the waterfall and got very wet, and it was really fun.
We used to go, my sister and I, with two friends of ours on picnics. And if there was a stream, we would spend hours and hours just playing in the stream, just splashing around, again, completely soaked.
As kids came and going hiking there every other year with my brothers and my friends.
Rock Park here in Cardiff. I feel so blessed. You are surrounded by such powerful beauty.
I used to hide and seek and wait for them to find me in nature.
Living up the road from a quarry that had been transformed, I think it's still got one of the largest slides in Cardiff, to be able to run down there after school.
Walking and hiking. My mum and dad are keen walkers.
The waterfall at my mom's hometown. It's a lovely place.
Find little fishies in the rock pools.
Playing on the beach in Tenby.
The sound of the waterfall and the wetness of the water. That's amazing. That's the best memory I have.
Going in the sea with my dad, jumping the waves.
The sky, the blue skies, and the ray of sunlight that just comes when you wake up in the morning.
Playing in the mud, just getting dirty and getting messy with my clothes, doing things. I will get kicked out from the house, but I'll still go and play in the mud.
Discovering stinging nettles was hardly a happy memory, but discovering dock leaves that made it all better was wonderful.
And I'd climb the trees and I'd just play with the rainwater in the tree trunks.
We were just by the river, we were playing with the tiny fishes there and just taking walks.
Not far from the centre of Cardiff, and it was just full of butterflies in the 60s. I'll just never forget how much wildlife was around.
Going to the beach with family, and then and also going to waterfalls.
Trekking with my friends.
Near Bagenda there's a large stunted oak wood, which is the most magical, escapist place you can ever imagine.
The field near our house, it's spring or summertime when the cows are away, and having picnics in the grass and just being able to run around.
There was a river and there was a swing, and we swang out over this stream, I guess, back and forth. Had lots and lots of fun, and I saw my very first dragonfly.
Just felt alive. It was great.
Freedom, exhilaration, excitement.
Excitement of moving all the rocks.
Calmness, I feel like I'm at ease.
It felt like I could have been kind of anywhere in the world.
Every single person we talked to had such beautiful memories of nature. As soon as they started opening up about their memory, I couldn't help but relax and laugh and reminisce with them, even those that I thought that I would have very little in common with. But I'm not convinced that all of us care so deeply. So what about the rest of Wales?
What's your favourite childhood memory of being in nature?
Mud, glorious mud. Mud gets me all dirty.
Being by the sea, generally, the atmosphere, the wildness, the variety of birds and wildlife.
Generally being outside and being able to be outside.
I remember my father playing by a big beech tree on the edge of Pontypool, and I used to play by the same tree.
Every spring to summertime, there would be lots of chamomile growing.
In spring, the pond was always full of frogs, and there'd be dragonflies and damselflies.
Could climb like the trees and see all the animals.
My grandparents used to have a pond in their garden and would spend ages and ages just out by there trying to spot like newts and frogs and all sorts of like little creepy crawlies.
Bikes with flat tyres and no chance of getting home.
Nature was all around and in me and over me and everywhere, but perhaps lying in a field of grass.
We were able to take the family dog for a walk, use a whippet, so there was plenty of space for him to run when we took him off the lead. He was a lot quicker than me.
I think just playing in fields, yeah, definitely.
My mum and I didn't have a lot of money, so we couldn't go on holiday to more exotic places, but there was plenty of diversity.
There was a clearing, a glade, where we used to play imaginary games.
Looking up at the tree canopy with the wind and sunlight streaming through.
Going to see the seals from Cardiff Bay and watching them swim in the sea.
Surfing and bodyboarding, and I feel very lucky and privileged to have experienced this every year growing up.
Growing vegetables with my dad.
Exploring rock pools and identifying as many coastal creatures as possible.
Gwylio fi I gawag ger Abertawe gyda fy nain a dad ci.
Running around through the trees playing with other bugs.
Going to a place called Glyn Llifon, and I was always just going in the water and getting soaked.
Being in the local woods with my friends, enjoying the woods and watching the wildlife, especially the birds.
Just running around in the open fields.
Running around on beaches and playing in rock pools and seeing the fish and the lobsters occasionally.
And me and Phoebe, we got to run in, and when a wave came, we would run out, and then our trousers got soaking wet. It was so fun. It was so fun, wasn't it?
I thought only people like me cared like this, and that's why our nature is in decline. But how is this the case if these memories are all shared across Wales? What in the world is going on? Why are some of us still actively working towards harming nature when it's evident that we all have beautiful memories experiencing it? Well, it turns out it's a lot about how we view those around us. A study by the Common Cause Foundation found that across the UK, most people, about 74%, value things like equality, community, and protecting the environment. These are called intrinsic values. We place more importance on these values than things like material wealth or status, known as extrinsic values. Interestingly, this tendency was even stronger in Wales. However, despite our preference for intrinsic values, 78% of us overestimate how much others care about material wealth and status, while underestimating how much they value things like equality, community, and protecting the environment. It's because of this misperception of others that we're less likely to act upon what we most care about, for fear of being different, for fear of being seen as the odd one out. And so we contribute to others' misperceptions of us. I find this so inspiring. Us Welsh are primed and ready to do the responsible thing for our natural spaces and future generations. We now know why so many of us feel isolated in caring about nature. It's our misperception of other people. We now know that we all have this really profound stuff that deeply connects us together. Now what?
What nature memories would you gift to future generations?
I think I would like to give freedom and peace.
Unrelenting joy I had of running through woodlands.
To just go outside, touch things, play with stones, play with trees, jump here and there.
Being out in the trees, seeing the squirrels, chasing the squirrels.
Since nature is all around us, I would try to involve people more in it.
That special way that the light dances as it kind of flits in between the trees. I think that's a a really kind of special feeling.
Just be here and sit quietly, be still, and just hear all the different noises.
To see the birds, see the squirrels, see the sheep, yeah.
Gweld rhywbeth yn y byd natur gyda llygad fy hun sydd wedi esblygu dros miloedd o flynyddoedd a mynd I ddysgu fwy amdano.
Run around and climb up trees and be yelled at by their mum about it, like I did.
Walking in like woods and like exploring places, listening to all the birds.
The beaches of our stunning Welsh coast. They're truly some of the most restorative places for our souls.
The upland forests of Snowdonia reinstated, so the mountains covered in trees again, right to the tops of them with the strata of the kind of tree line that would have existed thousands of years ago.
Oh, just everything, all around. So wonderful. And the sun beating down. That's what I'd like to gift to future generations, the abundance of real life.
Treasure nature and take it forward into the future for not only my children but my grandchildren and their children.
Like when you're outside, you can do what you want, you can just escape and just to see like the natural habitats and like the animals and
the Brecon beacons, the mountains and the waterfalls.
Experiencing the sheer delight of watching thousands of puffins return to their island home of Sgoma.
Clean, fresh air, enabling anybody to breathe healthily wherever they live.
Clean ocean waters and clear beaches.
The amazing biodiversity and wildlife that we have here in Wales, from seals to dolphins to ancient woodlands.
All the things that we had when we were children, all the birds, all the species, and give nature to that generation in a better shape than it's looking like.
So not necessarily the great big phenomenon, but some of the really small details that are just so interesting and that, you know, sadly are depleting, particularly for small children who are so interested in those small, they're so much closer to the ground and might, you know, and those are the kinds of things that they're interested in. I think it's a huge loss.
To still like come across places that are abundant with nature, because you hear that there's like less and less insects, which then leads to like less and less like pond life, and just, yeah, less and less likely to have, the same sort of experiences that I did as well.
I think moving to a city, you instantly realise that everything is concrete to everyone and no one speaks to each other, no one waves and says hello. So the opportunity to create a space for everyone to feel more at one with where they actually live.
What nature memories would I like to give to the future generation? Any. Cities are getting bigger, meaning wild places are going to be less and less to come by. I think any was probably my answer.
If you scratch the surface, we all have so much more to connect us than we believe. Nature abundance for our kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews. We all want to gift them the nature that we've known since we ourselves were children. So why aren't we building this future? Well, as it turns out, we are.
And when you're done with the snakes, they can go down by the
Ta-da!
Rydym wedi bod yn gwrando ar y pobl o'n gwmpas sydd efo dealltwriaeth a phrofiad o reoli tir a môr. Pobl sydd yn aml wedi bod yn gweithio gyda natur yn gynaliadwy ac yn cynhyrchol ers cenedlaethau.
Baby Active is a donor active project, and it helps parents to get outside and active in the baby's first 1,000 days. So first 1,000 days is conception to age 2, and it's seen as a really important time in a baby's development.
By'r VWT gyda camerau cudd a hefyd dod i rai o'r bocsys nythu lan yn rai o'r coedwigoedd fi'n rheoli. Mae hynny wedi bod yn chwyddiannus iawn. Mae tystiolaeth bod Bele wedi bod yn defnyddio rai o'r bocsys ni wedi bod yn dod i lan. Fi ffili credu wedi gwir. So ni'n mynd nôl 5 mlynedd, fydden ni'n mynd credu bod hyn yn bosib.
We raised lots of money to reopen the last outdoor baths in Wales called Ynys Dywela, which translates to the Quieting Island. And it's just such a beautiful place to walk to.
Volunteering, we've done little bits with my stepdaughter for North Wales Wildlife Trust. They do some amazing things around here. We've done beach cleans. I work with children here on Anglesey that may have neurological difficulties. Many of those find it difficult to be enclosed or to be in classrooms and be around a lot of people. So to be able to bring them for a walk here, either to squelch in the mud or jump in the puddles or swing on a tree, that's magical.
People all over our beautiful green country have their sleeves rolled up and are stuck in with creating a Wales that we'd be proud to show our future generations. But we can't do this alone. Wales cares. People are acting. We need to share this drive in order to help others do the same. We need to show those around us that it's normal to care, that it's normal to act, and that it's in our nature to be connected to one another.
The truth is, we are nature. We are connected to each other on a profound level. It can feel like we've risen above nature, which helps give us a certain significance as a species. But we've overlooked our more authentic source of greatness. Our origins trace back to the intricate web of life itself, the interconnectedness that binds every living being on this planet. If life is a miracle, that means you are too. We are the water we drink and the air we breathe. Our bodies are entire ecosystems. Our veins are the rivers and the streams that run through our lands and give life to our earth. Let's show each other who we really are. We are belonging, we are connection, we are Cysylltiad. And we need a nature-positive Wales.
Nature-positive Wales. Nature-positive Wales.
Dros y dŵr mae'r nos yn cau, mae'r creaduriaid yn agosau. Dros y dŵr mae'r nos yn cau, mae'r creaduriaid yn agosau.